Hello everyone, welcome to the machine learning video lecture series. In this video, we will learn what is decision tree terminologies and example of the decision tree. So let's get started. So first, we will understand what is decision tree. So decision tree is a supervised machine learning algorithm for classification and the regression task. So here we first understand what is supervised machine learning algorithm. So in supervised machine learning algorithm, we will give the label data as an input to train the algorithm. So this is a label data. Now we will understand what is classification and regression problem. So in classification problem, target variable contain the discrete number of possibilities like yes and no values or 0, 1 values. So here example is classification of mail as a spam mail or non-spam mail. So this is a classification example. Now what is regression problem? So in regression problem, target variable contain continuous values. For example, weather forecasting. So what will be the temperature of tomorrow? So this is a regression example. Also, decision tree is a tree structure classifier where internal node represents the feature of the dataset, branches represents the decision rule, and each leaf node represents the outcome. So now let us understand this definition with the help of example. So here we have considered the weather dataset containing some of the features like weather, temperature, humidity, wind. So these are the independent features and play is a dependent feature. So it contains yes or no. Discrete values are there. So this is a classification problem. And for this data set, we have drawn the decision tree like this. So here in this wind is a feature of the data set and that become the decision node or the internal node in the decision tree. Branches represents the decision rule. So here values of the feature like sunny, cloudy and rainy, these values become the decision rule in the decision tree. And the outcome represents the leaf node. So here yes and no, these two values, outcome values become the leaf node in the decision tree. So this is how the decision tree looks like. Also, we can see that decision tree is a model where we break our data by asking the questions. Like for this data set, we are asking the question as what is weather? And the second question is what is humidity? So based on these questions, the answer of this question, we are generating the decision tree. Now take a pause here and go through these points and think about what could be the definition of the decision tree, how you transform this visualization into the definition. And whenever you are done, resume the video. So the answer of this question is decision tree is collection of if-else statement. So here we check the condition and if the condition is true and based on that we will go for the next node attached to that decision. Now next is why decision tree. So suppose when we have a data set like this, so it is easier to draw the decision boundary using logistic regression. But if our data set is complex like this, so you cannot simply draw the decision boundary. So in that case, you might have to split your data set again and again to come up with the decision boundaries. And this is what the decision tree algorithm does. Now, before moving to the decision tree concept in detail, let us understand some of the terminologies related to the decision tree. So, the first one is the root node. So, this is the root node. So, root node is from where the decision tree starts. It represents the entire data set and which further gets divided into the two or more homogeneous sets. The second one is the decision node or the internal node. So this is a decision node or the internal node. So here the node resulting from splitting the root node are known as a decision node. So these node represents the intermediate decisions or the condition within the true. So this is a decision node, this is also decision node, this is also decision node or the internal node we can say. Now understand the terminal and the leaf node. So the leaf node are the final output node and the tree cannot be segregated further after getting the leaf node. Now understand what is splitting. So splitting is a process of dividing the decision node or the root node into the subnode according to the given conditions. Now understand what is branch or the subtree. So this is a branch or the subtree. So here the small tree or the tree is formed by splitting the tree. Now understand the parent and the child node. So the root node of the tree is a parent node and the other node are called as a child node. So here you can see these two are the child node and for these two child this is a parent node. Again for this root node or we can say it is a parent node and for this parent node these two are the child node. So these are the terminologies related to the decision tree. Now understand the decision tree with the help of example. So suppose I am having the data set like this, weather data set, and here I want to predict that whether person is going to play outside or not. So for that we are asking the questions to the data set like what is the weather, what will be the humidity, what is the wind outside. So here first question we will be asking as what is weather, and based on that weather the value of the weather like is it a sunny, cloudy or rainy. So again if it is a sunny the person is asking the next question like what is humidity, and again the value of humidity as high and normal. If it is high then person is not going for playing, if it is a normal then it is going for the playing. Similarly, if the wind is strong, then person is not going for playing. If the wind is weak, then a person is going for the playing. So here we can say that if the weather is rainy and wind is weak, then that time the person is going for the playing. So this is how we are asking the questions to the data set, and based on that we are drawing the decision tree. Now, understand the decision tree concept with another example. So here I have considered the job profile data set where we try to predict whether the person should accept the job offer or not. So to solve that problem, the decision tree start with the root node. So here we have taken salary as the attribute or feature by using the attribute selection method, and based on the values of the salary like yes or no, and if the salary is within that range, so we will take the another decision like we will take the another node as the office is near to the home. If yes, again we will check that is that job is providing the cab facility or not. If yes, then that node is divided into the two leaf node as accept offer if yes, and if they are not providing the cab facility then decline that offer. So this is how the decision tree is generated, and it is a top down approach, and if we use the decision tree so it is easier to take the decision and like understand the decision tree. So these are the references that I have used for the video presentation. In the next video, we will understand the decision tree algorithm and its example in detail. Thank you.